It's 40 Stories. We are back in the studio here at the Pittsburgh Technology Council telling the stories of our member companies because it's our 40th anniversary. In fact, it was our 40th anniversary last year, but we keep telling the stories because 40 stories is a ton and we're having so much fun doing it. And our next member to hang out with us today as part of 40 Stories is Trish Geibel of Genesis10. Trish, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm so excited to learn about your story, Genesis10, and your thoughts on where Pittsburgh's moving. So thanks for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, you're welcome. Really happy to be here.
So glad you're hanging out, without a doubt. So first off, Genesis10, this sounds kind of biblical to me, man. I think there's like a meaning there, like new beginnings or something like that, which I think is pretty exciting. So tell me about Genesis10.
So Genesis10 has been around since 1999. So we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. Here in Pittsburgh, we've actually been supporting the Greater Pittsburgh Area for 25 years as well. But I'm the first person actually living in Pittsburgh. So kind of a new beginning for me too.
Very, very cool. And rumor has it you just joined the company a couple months ago.
I did.
Very cool. Okay, so I'm thinking basically a couple months here, but you've been in tech here in Pittsburgh for a while, so you kind of know our tech sector, right?
Yeah, almost a decade.
Almost a decade. Oh my goodness. See that? Yeah, you got some serious experience here.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I'm glad Genesis10 has you like on the ground.
Yeah.
Because I think that they're at that point where it's after 25 years, it's like, hello, let's get Trish on the ground here. So that's awesome. So at the Tech Council, our members, they're always hiring. Yes, there's headwinds out there. We see companies that are laying off, but there's also companies that are always hiring at some point. And the talent they need is crazy. And you help them find that talent. It's such an important part of our ecosystem.
Yeah.
Tell us about what Genesis10 does and why you're so excited to be at Genesis10 to kind of go through their methods of finding and locating this kind of talent. Tell me about some of the talent that you guys help place.
Yeah, good question. So the type of talent that we place is within technology, across a lot of different sectors. So infrastructure, project management, software development, data, AI, all of that. And then I would say probably the reason why I came to Genesis10 is everyone that I met with was exceptional. They're really intelligent, really compassionate, empathetic. There's also a lot of women leaders in the organizations that are moms too. So I'm a new mom, so I'm kind of learning how to balance being a mom, working, and doing all the things. But it's been really fun so far. I'm really, really happy.
Well, how nice is that to have an organization that's being supportive of the fact that you could be a mom and be a professional at the same time?
It's wonderful.
And help with that balance. That to me, and that's gotta just fire you up to go out there and do your best as far as that is.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad to hear that. So that also kind of brings us into the fact that I know Genesis10, you specialize in bringing more diverse candidates to employers, and especially around women in tech as well too, which is something at the Tech Council we're just super passionate about. I mean, we want to make sure everyone's brought along for the ride, but we see there's not enough women working in tech.
Yeah.
You're like more than half the population, for crying out loud. We want you to be like half of the tech workforce. So we're glad. Tell us about how you guys work in that regard.
Yeah. So in the US, the percentage is pretty startling. It's 26% women in tech. So we created this program called DOBE10, and that allows people who are maybe mid-career, didn't get a degree in technology, to get training from us in-house. And then we pay them while they train, and then we place them in different regions, and our stats, 35% are women, which I'm pretty proud of. I think that's pretty cool. You should be super
proud of that. And I did not know, so this has got to very much set Genesis10 apart. I mean, the idea that if someone's interested, they want to get the training, you're going to train them, pay them while they do that. This is kind of unheard of to me. And then, of course, you put them into a position, which is really fantastic. That is super cool.
Yeah, so the verticals that we do, it's software engineering, data, and then we just rolled out a new program, and it's project management and Scrum Masters.
And there's so many in-demand jobs for that stuff right there. So that's when you go through that program, there's a really good career waiting for you to come out the other side of that. That is fantastic. I'm learning so much today. I'm so glad you're there doing what you're doing, because we need our other members to know about this. So we got to talk about Pittsburgh a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
we're growing. Obviously, you've been in the market for 10 years. You see how we're growing. What has you excited about the future of Pittsburgh here and its growth trajectory?
Yeah, so Pittsburgh is the third largest small market for tech talent. And I know over the years a bunch of companies have come here, Amazon, Sheets, etc. So I feel like we're just going to keep growing. We have exciting things going on in the city. You know, North Shore is really up and coming, which it's really cool. So yeah.
We're as equally optimistic. We see the growth potential. We see the companies that are coming in. We see the new companies being created, and they all need the same thing: talent. And it's hard to find. So we're glad you're here to help
That's
them
where we come
with
in.
the talent. Exactly. And so we don't let anyone leave the 40 stories without asking them, it's like, why did you join the Tech Council? We're so glad you're a member. We can't be an organization without you. So what was it about the Tech Council that made you want to join it?
Yeah, so I've known about the Tech Council for many years. You know, the core of our business is within technology and staying ahead of the trends. So yeah, it's just a really great organization that offers so much. I think it goes above and beyond a lot of other councils.
Making me blush. I mean, my goodness, our organization is collectively blushing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really awesome. You just like make us feel at home.
Great.
And then you recognize other leaders, like the CIO Awards was wonderful.
Awesome.
A couple months ago. So yeah, I'm just really grateful to be a part of it and, you know, see how I can support you guys and then also the Pittsburgh community.
Love it. Thank you so much, Trish, for stopping by and being part of the show. Genesis10, man. I was on to something there. New beginnings. And I've learned so much. So we're going to have, of course, links to your website, your contact information, so everyone can learn more about what's going on. Thank you for being part of our 40 Stories.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Absolutely.